I mean, yeah.
I don't want to speak too much, but I must say, on the other hand, I do get press releases from Hyundai. I have contact with them. They have by far the best, most informative press
Oh,
releases.
that's good.
So I don't want to pick on them in public. It is
No,
just personal taste.
no. We've all got
But
no. I mean, yeah. It's such a shame though about Ford. They're very much the third team, aren't they? But that shows you though.
yeah.
But as you said, you've got to say, is it wrong to say that at the moment Adrian Formeau is one of the class acts of the season so far, considering?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, but if you imagine he's before Croatia third in the championship, and where was Otanak last year? I would have to check up, but he wasn't third. I think he was fifth or something.
He was fifth.
So,
yeah.
Despite the high profile of Otanak and Formo being still very much a newcomer, he does a fantastic job, and the car seems to be good as well.
I know the cars, yeah. I mean, quickly then, let's talk about Tanak. Out of all the Rally 1 drivers, surely he's the man under the most pressure still.
He is, and I think also the comments of Cyril, I'm a bit. I have so much problem with his name. Sorry, with Mr. Cyril.
Yeah, Cyril Bittel. I know I can't say it either, but yeah.
That didn't ease the pressure on Tanak, so maybe that wasn't too fair on him. But I also do see his point. It's this Tanak's comments that was already the case at M Sport. They don't always have positive vibes about the teams that employ him. And for M Sport, I found that is a really big shame because it's a small team. They threw all their weight behind him. And with Hyundai, big manufacturer who has to lose a face, I'm not surprised the team boss has a word with him. So, and I also think it was more meant into that direction, the way Tanak seems to be disappointed and shows that, rather than you have to start winning now.
Yeah, I know. I mean, he is critical of the team, isn't he? And you forget that the team see that, and they're the people working overnight sometimes or really, really hard to fix your car, to set up your car. These are the people that you're going to need. Exactly. You know what I mean? At some of the stage ends. When you get into the garage, and I don't know why. I understand if you do it behind closed doors, because some drivers I'm sure, was it Loeb that was always nice. I forget which one, but they do it behind closed doors. That's professional, but not to the press.
Exactly.
Don't do it. Yeah. Don't do it to the press where everyone can hear.
That is my point. So it's. Well, as I say, I don't want to point fingers in a negative way, and but I said before, I also know a few people at Hyundai, press mainly. They're fantastic people. They have nice characters there. I don't know Mr. Cyril. I'm not sure if that was that you don't do to the press. Maybe it was a warning shot. I see it somehow as a warning shot to Tanak, not so much because of his results so far, but because of the way he acts, maybe a bit. Because, well, if you see Neuville, even if it doesn't go well, we've saw it in Safari, fantastic example. When the fuel pressure problem was there and he lost 10 minutes, at the end of the stage, he said, I have nothing to say. I have absolutely nothing to say.
Yeah.
That is maybe disappointing for the fans and for the journalist, for the guy who wants to interview him. But it is still better saying that are starting to be negative.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It is a lot better saying that than being negative. Yeah, it's almost like if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all in that scenario. Because it would have been so easy for him to go absolutely and go angry. Oh no, my car, this, and yeah, fair play to him. Can you see a world or a position that come the end of the year that Hyundai drops Tanak?
I'm not sure. Doesn't he even have a 2 years contract?
But as you know, motorsport,
that doesn't mean a guarantee either.
No,
but
no.
I'm not sure. I was joking before to mates because Tanak was so negative at M Sport, and then at the end of the season he went back to Hyundai, and now you hear the same vibes of him at Hyundai, and I was already joking to mates. I wonder where he's driving next year.
Yeah. Toyota Rally. I mean, that's the thing.
Wherever you go, he never seems to be happy. But I don't know him personally. I hear. I think I said that before. I hear in privacy he is the loveliest guy you could meet. But well, some of his comments seem to be a bit odd.
It's in a way, because I think
drivers are under massive pressure when they are interviewed, and that we have to recognize.
We do. In a way, it's a shame he left Ford, I think, because I think the car's really good this year, and I honestly think Ford would have, because this is a former world champion, isn't he? I think they would have quite happily built the team around him. If they knew for the long term he was there.
Yeah, and you have to see the car is not transformed within 2 events. It takes a while to transform the car, and Formol didn't have a single problem this year with the car so far, and that is including a tough safari rally.
Yeah.
Münster, did he have a problem? I think there was something with suspension or steering in safari. But that is also a tricky thing that could be driver inflicted. Not sure, but the car does seem very reliable this year.
Yes.
And if you see 4 more 2 podiums, it's not slow either.
No. I mean, I'm so happy. I mean, because I really thought going into this year we're only going to have most of the time just 2 teams on the podium. And from that point of view, if you other than the silly point system, I think that's really, really good. And how
it's only really 2 teams that can win, and I would have loved it if M Sport had kept one of the top drivers. It would have been 3 teams that can win.
Yes,
as was the case last year. Yeah.
Well, could you see M Sport? Well, yeah, because they're in different cars. Could you see M Sport maybe getting one of the WRC2 drivers for next year?
I would think so, yeah.
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 If you were the boss
but it's early in the season, so it's difficult to see. I think the way Formol is developing, they should keep him. And
definitely.
Münster, after 3 events, you can't say how he develops yet, but I think he would also deserve to be kept.
Okay.
Depends how the situation develops. Can they afford a 3rd driver next year?
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Assume they afford a 3rd driver. You are suddenly, Chris, in charge of Ford, looking at WRC2 and ERC. If they said to you, Chris, we want a full-time 3rd driver, you need to decide, who do we take? Who would you take?
Oh, difficult one. There was a rumor about... in the silly season, there was a rumor that Emil Lindholm might go to M Sport.
Okay.
That didn't materialize. But in the Skoda, Lindholm was brilliant. He was a WRC2 champion, and I would love him to see a chance. But then again, these driver things, they are so tricky. Timo Suuninen was with M Sport, and he changed to a Hyundai Rally 2 car, thinking Hyundai could offer him more. Have you seen Timo Suuninen this year? So that was a mistake. So whatever he saw was better at Hyundai in a Rally 2 car, that didn't work out for him. And I don't think after that situation, M Sport would take Suuninen back. There is one driver, if we are on that, there's one driver I see who is pretty where he came pretty quick to the top is Martin Sesks in the ERC.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the man that probably should have won Hungary, but yeah.
Yeah. He was leading Hungary and ahead of Padden, and so he won 2 ERC rounds last year. He seems to do well in the Toyota, and I wouldn't be surprised because he is from Latvia. His dad is in the organization of the Rally Latvia, and Latvia is WRC event this year.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw if M Sport was trying Sesks in Latvia.
I tell you what, that would be good.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
I'm not sure if it will happen. I'm not sure what budget they have. I know there are plans to run a third car for M Sport with Alberto Heller from Chile, but he pays for that drive.
Yeah.
But wouldn't it fantastic to
just
try tests on this home event, see what he can do in a Rally 1 car?
I know, and you have to think if he does really well and exceeds expectations, suddenly then you've got a really hard property that someone's going to want to sign. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. Do you want to quickly then get into well, at the moment, as it's live at the moment, we've got the CROATIA Rally this weekend.
Yeah.
At the moment,
I have to cut off with CROATIA. Sorry, because in about 5 minutes or so, I have to leave to pick up my son.
Okay. What I'll say then, who do you think is going to win?
CROATIA. Okay. At the moment, this time I would go for Evans.
Okay.
Because he was strong in Croatia before.
Yeah,
and at the moment, it's easy for Thierry Neubel. But he's first on the road, and that advantage is gone tomorrow. I think Croatia is one of the events that could suit Evans. Okay. Yeah, but before I have to go, I also had some